Alrighty, boob tubes, and fuck you, Tickety Talkland. Anyway, so this morning, there's video footage coming out. Who's can hear that, man? What a pain in the ass. There's video footage came out of the NATO admiral coming out and saying us citizens need to prepare for war. Now, some would argue this has been a long time coming. Syria, Afghanistan, it's just a long line of fighting terrorists. You know, it's the PR campaign to hide like warfare, isn't it? So this dude's came out and told us citizens to prepare. I thought the cost of living crisis, austerity, etc., etc. You know, everybody is fucking on their arse more or less at the moment. I thought that was clandestine rationing by the government because we had to fund all these wars overseas. Some we know about, some we don't know about. I forgot Libya in the mix there. Sudan's been turned into a dust bowl, Abdul against Abdul. I mean, what's happening in Lebanon? Well, there's talk of Lebanon coming into Israel for the north. Gives Israel the excuse to go in and do some more shit in Lebanon. It's crazy. Iran and Pakistan are frying missiles at each other. If you go and look into that, it's hell of interesting. It's this wee Blockistan region where there's been terror groups being able to function. Both countries claim that they're foreign funded and orchestrated. So again, you have Abdul against Abdul fire, don't you? Like Iran and Pakistan are both saying, right, we're hitting the terror groups inside your border, which are hitting us, and vice versa. That's the excuse for launching missiles at each other. Ukraine's turned into a quagmire. Here's the NATO general was just talking about like the escalation with Ukraine. Something even more crazier. Right, and just remember, get the context of this, right? So Zelensky, look at what is that? He's like small man syndrome. A wee fucking Ukrainian Tommy Robinson, isn't he? Fucking more fat than he is fucking tall. Anyway, so little Zelensky, the reality TV star. What the fuck was he before that? A fucking dancer or some shit? A singer or something? I was on a TV. Was he on like a TV program playing president or some shit? I can't even remember, right? But it just shows you what bullcrap modern day politics is. Anyway, so at Davos, this economic meeting, that's where that general came out and started bumping his gums, I'm sure. Russia, Ukraine, war updates. Zelensky pushes for NATO membership with Davos. Now you might think, what does that mean? What does that mean? Why that doesn't affect anything? Well, it does big style, because one of the founding principles of NATO is an attack on one is an attack on all. So get this into context. This dude coming out warning citizens and armed forces, prepare yourself for fucking war with the Ruskies. Whether this will happen tomorrow, a year, 2 years, that's a quagmire. Nobody's going anywhere in Ukraine. The lines are drawn and they ain't shifting. It's going to be perpetual warfare. Kind of like Israel. And the people orchestrating it don't give a fuck how many people die on each side. Anywho, what else have we got here? I wanted to show you this. Oh my god, fucking, why does the sun only come out in Scotland when it's fucking freezing? Anywho, NATO holds its biggest exercise in decades next week, involving 90,000 personnel. That's today it was out. Updated this morning Brussels, NATO will launch its biggest military exercise in decades next week. War games. What could possibly go wrong? You know, it's just men fucking swinging their dick. That's all it is. Doesn't mean anything at all. You know, does not mean anything at all. There isn't a kind of breadcrumb trail here, like preparing everybody for boom. Fuck, gloves are off. We can't pretend we're no fucking fighting Russia anymore. We need to go balls out. So it's the biggest drill in decades, 90,000, set to take part in months of drills aimed at showing the alliance can defend all of its territory up to its border with Russia. Where is its border with Russia? Right? Again, he's talking about NATO here. Our border with Russia is not under threat at the moment. Right? If Ukraine comes into NATO, boom, we have to go to war with Russia. There's no if, buts, maybes about it. If not, the whole alliance just goes like that. Because the whole principle of it, attack on one is an attack on all. Right? So I don't fuck with us or we're going to come, everybody's going to come after you. So if this little fucking cretin, this little TV star, manages to fucking wrangle Ukraine into NATO, boom, we're at war. We are already at war with Russia, but this is fucking 1984 on steroids, man. Orwellian shit. We are not at war. We are not at war with Eurasia. We are at war with Eurasia. We're not at war with Eurasia. We are at war with Eurasia. Hey, we're at war with fucking Russia. Would you think Syria was? And as things are transpiring, it's becoming very more blatantly that fucking all, if not most, of these terror fucking groups, they're all funded by fucking weird-ass motherfuckers for fucking weird-ass reasons that your average Abdul that's chopping motherfuckers' heads off doesn't have a fucking clue about. They're preying on the stupid to create Abdul armies left, right and fucking centre to fuck up them. If you can't take over a country, just fuck it up. Turn it into a dust bowl. What are they going to do? They can't organise, can't build an economy, can't build a functioning modern day army to fuck up cunts, to protect themselves. Just fucking turn Abdul against Abdul and fucking turn it into a dust bowl while we'd clean up other messes. We can only fucking deal with so many files at once. So if this little midget fucking manages to get Ukraine into NATO, that's it, man. We're at war with Russia. There's the biggest fucking exercise over the next coming months, 90,000 troops. I do actually, let's see, it's just tons of different stuff. Skeptical about US aid for Ukraine continuing under Trump. Electioneering, appropriating what the fuck is going on in Ukraine, whatever it is, whatever you think it is going on. This cunt's now, truly independent, using it as a kind of threat. Oh, don't vote in Trump. That means the big bad Ruskies are going to win in Ukraine. It's a fucking fighting, like, it's NATO and the European Union that's fucking body pin that as well, man. But anyway, that's electioneering. There's electioneering on the back of a war. I think you're just fucking worried about the Biden connect. Well, Biden's boys fucking body pin Ukraine and all the corruption and all the money going missing. It's kind of like Iraq, you know, he was walking about with fucking bags full of millions of dollars to fucking pay off Abduls, and some of that went missing. Anywho, so there we, that's all. Oh no, this is what I wanted to do as well. So this is like war live updates, man. It's fucking brilliant. It's like, oh, it's like watching the Olympics of war, man. In the modern day era, you get live up to the minute updates. That son's doing my titties in. Right, key points. West should prepare for all-out war with Russia. Woohoo! North Korea threat could change drastically. Beautiful, because they are now cozying up to the Ruskies. My enemy's enemy is my friend and all that jazz. Downed Ukrainian drone causes fire in Russian town. Or was it an accident? Sinister rhetoric at Lavrov's annual conference. And Sean Bell, do accidents in Russian Air Force expose a weakness. Belarus clarifies potential development of nuclear weapons. Yeah, baby! Yeah! It fucking can't have enough nukes in this fucking world, man. Brilliant. That's brilliant. Belarus, ex-Soviet state. Go and check it out. God knows where their alliances are now. NATO launches biggest military exercises. French mercenaries fighting in Ukraine. What? I thought it was the Ukrainians fucking defending their homeland from the big bad Ruskies. Oh, watch out for the women and children. It's mental, right? We stay in a world where everybody's misogynist and all that shit, and then you're watching the news programmes and stuff, right? And they get right into your heartstrings. What did he do? 10 million people were killed. Some of them are even women and children. Fuck them, man. He's let them fucking burn us, alright? Just destroying men. Fuck it. You get incinerated first, motherfucker. That's true, because fucking men are men, you know what I mean? But, do you know what I mean? It seems to be a wee unbalance there. Like, well, it's not even an imbalance. It's a fucking PR Orwellian marketing trick. You know? Who gives a fuck about the men dying? But the women and they even killed women and children. Fuck the men. That's alright, man. They come and go. But the women and children, people. Anyway, North Korea minister makes rare official visit to Russia. That's cool. Civilians in West should prepare for all-out war. Buehler said. No, I fucked this up. The wee small one. But let's hear the words.
The realization that not everything is plannable, not everything is going to be honky-dory in the next 20 years. I'm not saying it is going wrong tomorrow, but we have to realize it's not a given that we are in peace. And that's why we have the plans. That's why we are preparing for a conflict with Russia and the terror groups, if it comes to it, if they attack us. We're not seeking any conflict.
Hey, now, I don't know where your heads are at, right? Each to their own. I know where my head is at, where most of these terror groups are all about, right? It's becoming more and more and more and more obvious. It's like when you're trying to figure out politicians, you don't listen to what they say. You watch what they do and what purpose they serve. Right? See if you listen to a politician, and this goes for Nigel Farage, Tommy Robinson and all the rest of the cretins, because they want to be politicians. Nigel Farage is one. But people make the mistake of listening to what they say, not understanding these motherfuckers are up there to say what you want to hear. And you're like, oh yes, he's talking about when people votes. That's exactly what I was thinking. He's fucking just bumping his gums to fucking loop you up, to get you on his side. Watch what they do. Watch what they do. And it's the same... It's the same with politicians, left, right and centre. So, downed Ukrainian drone causes fire at storage facility. Welcome back to our live coverage of war. Fucking beautiful, innit? God bless 2024 and the Tinternets. Man, you couldn't do this back in the day. You had to wait for fucking the Luftwaffe to fucking fly over your head. Now you're just tuned to the moon, fucking live updates about the death and destruction. I'm pretty sure Al Jazeera has a little wee ticker tape underneath and it just tells you how many dead Palestinians. Yeah, there's a Scottish slant on a word. Palestinians indeed. Anyway, so I love maps. Gotta love a map. Russian controlled, Russian advances, Russian claims, Ukrainian reclaimed territory. Right. Kind of backs up what I was saying. Quagmire. And let's do a refresher course on Ukraine, because people genuinely have the attention span of fucking goldfish, right? This all happened, right? Not to mention Crimea is Russia's only warm water port. They've had it for fucking God knows how long, right? Warm water port meaning that it doesn't freeze in winter, which allows them to fucking use their ships all year round, whereas all their other military ports freeze in winter. That fucks them up in the winter, funnily enough. So strategically speaking, that was mega important to Russia. They were not going to give that up without a fight, right? Then you had Yanukovych. I might get some of these names wrong, but fucking stick it in your wikis, you'll get it. You had Yanukovych, Ukraine, the massive economy and all the natural resources or resources it has, grain and all that jazz. Was stuck in the middle between the Russian Federation and the European Union. European Union wanted it to align its economy with them, same measures, so on and so forth, so they could trade easier, similar to what the UK had to do with getting rid of the metric system and fucking using the stupid European system, which people still fucking hate to this day, man. Can I get a pint of fucking milk? Anyway, so that's what the European Union wanted. The Russian Federation wanted them to gear their economy towards them, right? Different measurements, different standards, so on and so forth, right? It's a lot more complicated than I know and could explain. But it's very simple. They were gearing their economy for one bloc or the other, the Russian Fed or the European Union, right? And Yanukovych, a democratically elected leader of Ukraine, was going to gear the economy of the Russian Federation. The European Union and the Western entities didn't like that, couldn't have that, didn't want that. Boom, you had Maidan. Can anybody remember Maidan? That is how the West overthrow democratically elected fucking leaders. Boom shakalaka done. Petrol bombs, fucking masked men, paramilitary fucking style. They knew what they were doing. They were organised gangs to fucking overthrow Yanukovych. Then when you get Yanukovych out, you get Petrodollar Poroshenko or some shit, who, funnily enough, then started gearing all the Ukrainian economy towards the European Union. Then you had what happened in Crimea. Again, Russia say a democratic vote. The West say it wasn't a real vote because we say so. Right? But Russia wasn't giving up Crimea. They knew what was going on, and they reacted. Also, as well, like the parts that Russia's took in eastern Ukraine, they're predominantly genetically or ethnically speaking Ruskies. You know what I mean? Just obviously geographically where they are. So you can say Russia's invasion of Ukraine, or you can say Russia's creation of a buffer zone between their border and soon to be fucking NATO. So again, the devil's in the detail. Who started what and where, when, what? It's all a PR blame game. When the reality, when you scratch beneath the surface, it's a hell of a lot more complicated. It was a long time in the coming. And Crimea was never going to be given up by the Ruskies. Never. If you go and look at the agreement Russia had with Ukraine about Crimea, I forgot more than I can remember, but they had a special agreement with Ukraine that Crimea was theirs for fucking X amount of time and forever, basically, because it was so strategically important to the Russian military, or the Russian Navy, to be more precise. I'm pretty sure they must have subs there as well. Nuclear armed subs, obviously. being the Ruskies. So, I shouldn't have fucking looked at that map. Russian Orthodox leader told to leave Estonia? That's interesting. Why that's in the Ukrainian war thread, I don't know. Who leads the Estonian Orthodox Church of the Moscow parchment of them. Alright, so it's a work permit because he's Russian, he's getting flung out. Russia's stance on returning to New START treaty still in question. Ukraine says it hit targets in St. Petersburg with drone. Fuck's sake. They're actually hitting fucking inside. I think that's not new. I think that's nothing new. I think that's happened before, but things are just snowballing, aren't they? Things are just snowballing everywhere, man. Everywhere. But Ukraine was pretty much at stalemate now because of the winter. But the thaw will be coming soon, and then that's when more shit will be happening. Anyway, I just wanted to do a wee kind of roundup of all that stuff, man, because it's fascinating, all the shit that's happening. 9:45, still early bells. Alrighty, boob tubes. Thanks for listening. Get it? Got it. Good. Cat cheese. No cats or cheese were harmed in this filming. Clips. And remember, citizens, always subscribe. Hit the notification bell as well. And $19.95 plus shipping and handling will keep you out of hell.